10. Waist twist. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I do remember Tabitha Pike.
8.
Maybe.
She had about a 10-year-old daughter, Mia, that she brought with her.
Yeah.
Came 2-3 months, I think.
Yeah.
Lived down in Belle Plaine. She had a minor surgery on an ankle, but she wants to come back around the first of the year.
Cool.
Been talking to her about that.
7, 8, 9, 10. Right ankle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Left ankle.
So the day after I got that headache,
She's picked up a moniker because she works in the public.
yeah.
Online, she is Daphne Sparkles.
Okay.
It's like,
Hamstring.
that sounds like a terrible dancer name, but
Yeah.
you know.
I want to do someone whose name legit was Sprinkles.
Sprinkles?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So the day after I had that weird headache, I went out and went to Best Buy and got some of those sunglasses that, glasses that block the blue light from your computer.
Shaolin.
Because that's the kind that hurts you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been wearing those. They do not look good.
Those are the yellow ones?
They're sort of yellow. But they make you look very nerdy, but I mean,
You are nerdy.
it's not like I'm wearing them out everywhere. It's just other way. It's like upper body that way. It's like this. Turn your upper body. Your legs are fine.
Oh.
But it's just you were like this.
Oh, okay.
Go this way. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yo, fall on one leg like this. Your back leg, yeah, there you go. That's the leg you lean on, not the front.
But put this elbow by your knee to support it, like on the inside. And then put your butt all the way down. Put your butt all the way down.
There you go.
There you go. Now you're getting there. Yeah.
Butterfly.
How's the new job?
Good.
Good.
Doing a lot of computer stuff so far. Just sitting there in front of the computer.
Oh.
Like, ah.
The new hire training?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I just work in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
You know, I turn aid.
Okay. You're no longer sticking people with needles, huh?
Yeah, I do that on Mondays and Fridays.
Oh. Yeah, I think I told you I worked for the Red Cross for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind the job, I just didn't like being away from home that much. Because it was all travel.
Yeah.
When was the last time you talked to Allison?
Christmas Day.
She's gone.
Do you want to answer my text or anything? When's the last time you talked with us?
Every blue moon I see her post a new book or a new post on Facebook.
Yeah, I see her on Instagram.
I asked that because I see her picture behind you.
That's on the calendar.
6 with my friend, they got 3 tickets at work already since I've been there.
Parking tickets?
He got a booth. He got a parking in illegal stall ticket. And he got his car towed today at work for not having his badge in the window.
He just doesn't learn, does he?
They're gonna fire his butt.
They will.
They'll fire
They
you.
can and they will.
Because that's literally like breaking the law, ain't it?
Well, it's breaking their rules, but yeah, you can get fired for that. Anybody I know?
No.
No, I just know all the older people there that they know what to do.
They're starting to fill back up. I'm jealous because everybody coming in now is getting laid back jobs.
They withdrew their offer to me.
And they told me they're getting ready to cross train me. They're taking me off my hoop and gonna put me on something else. You know what that means? We need more out of you.
Well, at one time you were looking at being a crew chief, team leader.
I still am.
So you're going to need to know all those jobs if you've got that in mind. If you let your manager know you've got that in mind, you're going to be trained on everything.
You're going to be expected to do it all.
So that you can fill in. Yeah. Tom Hardy's the only one that I know that doesn't do anything as a team leader.
I'm going to show them what the luckiest team leader is.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's already done that.
I do pickups, that's about it. I'll train you.
You gotta watch out at threatening his title. He can beat you up.
I think they've been having me in mind for a while anyway because of my discipline. I'm not the same person I used to be. JKD has given me a foundation.
You are nowhere near the jerk off you used to be.
No, I'm not.
Whenever I worked with Sherrod, he was getting picked on by one of his cousins. And Kobe. And started talking to him about Jeet Kune Do, and he looked at me and went, you know, respect, old man? And I showed him a couple of things and got a little respect. He came to class and learned that, yeah, I'm not just a blowhard, I know what I'm doing.
No, he's man.
I thought you showed Kobe a few things.
Yeah, I showed it to him. Let me show you.
They won't even mess with me no more, Super Michael.
Good.
They don't talk stuff to me or nothing. It ain't even fun no more. How long have you been going to that? 2 years. Oh, okay. That's all I do. Okay. Say something else. I have to remember, I signed a waiver that said I wouldn't be a bully.
Right?
I did see it. There's kind of a funny. There's the bloopers for Doctor Strange, and this shot didn't even make it into the movie. Is Mardo is supposed to toss him a staff, and he's supposed to catch it without looking. And he just could not do it. And he just the 4th time he missed these guys. I'm just not that cool. I can't just do that without looking. I can't do it. You just toss it out and go boom, and just through.
Run into his fingers.
Yes.
Or, you know, yeah. All right. If you would mind assisting Sherrod, you can be her lieutenant.
Thank you.
Ooh, with the sash.
That's her green sash stuff.
Do you remember any of the things we went over last time we practiced?
You get to beat on that one.
Michael taught me how to fight.
So when you're doing this for the folks at home, demonstrate every move on camera, and then let her practice.
Yes, sir. Got it. Okay.
Remember, we're serving people at home also.
Yes, sir. Okay, so
You send out the link. You sent out the link?
Do you remember the footwork and the fundamentals of the stance?
And try to keep everything right there in the center.
Okay. So since you said you were right-handed, you're going to be right hand forward, right? One guard kind of out, one guard up, everything loose. Now, always keep in mind, whenever you're relaxed, that's whenever you're going to hit your passes the hardest at all times. So, let's do some quick footwork. Do you remember your big footwork? You remember kind of standing, balancing a little bit on that ball of that back foot to take a step forward would be to step backward. And it shouldn't feel too unnatural. You know, you should be able to put your natural. What helps me is I everything I've learned to do naturally. As far as punching, grabbing anything, it should be as simple as picking up a glass of water. Fundamentally speaking. So let's try push up on a lunge. We didn't do that last time. You remember that when you step to the right, it's going to be like that. And you remember us going 45 degrees, right? Or you step to the left, you step with your back foot first. Got it?
Yeah.
You want to try it with me? You can do it with me. You know? And it should feel natural. It shouldn't feel like you're straining to get in your natural. My drum.
Just a little bit for you. On that rotation, you kind of you spiral that direction. Try to, like, use this. Or like one of the places where it intersects. And have that in your middle. And then try to stay over that. Like this. So that you're in one spot. You see how you're kind of moving that way? There you go. Right, like stand here. Like with your middle over that.
Straddle that line.
Straddle this,
Like
like
this.
that.
Oh, shower.
Yeah.
Straddle that line.
Yeah. Okay. So right now your middle basically over that. So step forward a bit more. Like there's an imaginary rod going right, sticking up from that. Put that on your back, on your spine. Step forward.
There you go, right there.
Okay, so now rotate from there and don't let your spine leave that spot. So it's like if you step a rod all the way up through your body. Now rotate. Yeah. That's better. I see what it is. Do you see it? Right, do it smart.
I see what it is.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah, what you're doing is when you're stepping to the right, what you're doing is you're going heel, step, heel, step, heel, step. Yeah. So instead, take a full step. Big step with the right foot, right hand. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, and then the same thing the other way.
Okay.
So if you want to turn left, then it's left foot moves first.
Now, if you want,
Yeah.
I'll give you a little bit of a
Yeah.
a marker. Keep that right. That's what you're aiming to, so just work right around.
And centered on that marker.
There you go. Now, see how you switch stances? So, right, like, sure, here's the technique for you. you be the bad guy and start rotating around her that direction. And then, start here. And then what you just slowly circle her, and you stay looking at it. So just,
So try to stay on that pivot point where you are.
there you go. Yeah, that's how you do it.
This is the purpose of that, is so that you can stay facing your opponent.
Yeah.
Without crossing your feet.
Okay, wait, just walk back. Yeah, catch up to him. Catch up.
Nope, the other foot first.
Right foot first. Right foot. There you go. Yeah, now catch up. Catch up quick. He's starting to get to my head. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you gotta
Now,
practice staying centered and balanced.
now what they're trying to prevent you from doing. Right, we'll go around me. They're trying to prevent you from doing this.
Yeah.
Because if he just attacks me from there, I'm stuck, and I'm going to trip. So,
Or, yeah.
so keep facing them. Keep facing them. Animals will do this too. You do that, the dog,
Yeah.
less likely to attack you than you face them. Yeah, less likely. Not a guarantee.
Yeah.
Depends on how they're trained. There was a movie called The Silent Flute, and in that, this fellow was being attacked by a monkey, and he had to get up, to not have to fight the monkey. He kept facing him, and the monkey wouldn't attack. If he stopped, the monkey gets around behind and then attacks you from behind.
Tigers don't like attacking face on either sometimes. Well, that's actually a thing, is people would wear a mask on the back of their head. So that way the tiger thinks you're looking at them. So that they can't walk up behind you.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't help you much if you got 4 or 5 people around
Yeah.
you. Then you just gotta start busting kneecaps.
Right.
The closest one possible.
Figure out who the boss is, then break his ankles, and then beat him several times, and then carry everybody else to.
Right. Do you remember how to lunge? We're gonna do some lunge and some short shoulders. Yes, but when you push off, it's basically you lifting your foot up and springing off the back foot, not leaning on it, like kind of how you were just doing. Now, when you push off, you lunge, it's gonna be like this.
Big. You want a lunge to be double your shuffle. So our shuffle is here. You don't want to do the same thing, but just move our feet different. We want to create. Yeah, we want to cover a lot of space in the lunge. Yeah.
Try to stay centered on that line instead of lunging way over there.
You don't want to go that way.
You can't. I guess it could work. That's a hell of a side step, but.
Try to
For
use,
training purposes.
use your shoulder width right here. You don't, after you lunge, you don't want to do that. So keep your feet apart. See how that back foot is turned out? Try to keep it forward. We launch off the ball of the foot and put the ball of the foot back down. There you go.
Now, let's try to lunge it backwards. Now you're going to push off of this foot.
Big lunge.
So let's try doing it forward and backwards one more time. We'll move on. Ready? Back. Okay. Let's move on to, we've covered the basic footwork. So let's move on to punches, strikes from your right and your left lead this time. Last time we just did them from your right hand. This time we're going to do it from your right and your left hand. So,
You don't need that.
you are going to, we're just going to start down the list and we're just going to move on and boom it out like you did last time. Straight lead punch.
Nope.
Let me show. For the camera, a straight lead punch, JKD position. Right. Right. Left stance also. Straight lead punch.
And while we prefer one side, we prefer to have strong side forward, we also train the left, so in case you're standing here and the bad guy's over there, we don't want to have to do that. Or if something happened to your lead hand, we want to be able to fight left-handed and keep it and still know what we're doing. Go for it.
So you've been practicing that vertical punch. Okay. So let's get out here with it. Not in here choked up. Because a good fighter will see you choked up, they can pin you. You can't punch now. Right? Or guard yourself. One hand out, one hand kind of up, loose and relax. And remember, fire from where your hands already are. Don't cock back to fire. Learn how to use that hip rotation. Rotate the hip. There you go. We're pulling back again. Yeah, that one. I mean, everybody has a different range, but you don't want to be way up.
Something that'll help you? Relax. What this does is it actually gets a little bit closer. It's a little bit more pointed at me, and it's harder to use. So if you keep that hand down,
It's already there. There you go.
Now here. Now turn your shoulders and hips.
Yeah, with your hips. Yeah, being on the ball of that foot, it will help you with your hip rotation also.
Michael, what's the bottom of your finger?
Okay.
I kind of just forgot.
Remember, be on the ball of that foot. It's going to help you rotate the foot. Right? Okay.
Right in there, get it out.
But when you rotate them, do some hips. Because that's what's going to give you that momentum. You know, swinging loud and
It's obviously a
being back here doing that doesn't give you no power. The power is going to come from that straight shot. Look at that hip rotation to get that extension that you're looking for versus being back here going like that. As soon as you do that, I know you're finished right. Right? That's good. Right from where you're at.
I think,
That's good. And the more you do it, relax. Don't get still. Relax. Tension up right before the moment of impact. There, a little more hip rotation.
see, like, there's no,
Rotate your hip. That's when you get that. A little more hip body
there's no text being displayed.
momentum behind that shot. You know what I mean? I can see you got it. But
Well, maybe said this.
Yeah, basically, there's something up with,
oh, left eye.
it's screwed up in how to find this. That's not a
Yeah,
sit.
on bar.
That's a glitch.
Yeah, 'cause that's gonna give
The
you.
only thing I would know is to restart.
I'll do it later.
Okay.
Fixing up right before the moment of impact. Yes. And imagine yourself punching 3 inches behind your target.
Little something,
Rotate your hips better.
little something that'll help you. Right now, you're standing like this with your hips pointed this way. Turn this way. So bring that foot out. There you go. Basically point yourself at them. Now, when you throw that punch, now if you turn your shoulders and your hips, you got a lot of turning to do. And that will give you the power. Yeah. Get up on the back, on the ball foot. There you go. Uh-huh. All right.
Hook punch. I don't know if I'm gonna give you the boxer hook or the JKD hook. The boxer first. Boxer's hook is like that, but it's only to really if somebody got their guard up, then you know get around that guard, right? But the JKD hook is similar, but it's drawing more from the forward lateral position, but you hook at the end, right? Almost like a front shot, but it's a small hook that only hooks like that. See what I did? This is straight. This is hook. Curvature.
So you got to do the boxing one first?
Yeah, try to
So
do
you
the box.
do the big high elbow one.
Oh, okay.
Like you're slinging a coffee mug at somebody.
This racks level on here. Now then, when you do it, you bring it all up and around. Okay, here, so I'm saying do it.
Like around.
Now do it
Oh, okay.
like me, so come around this.
Yeah. It's kind of a hybrid between the boxers and the
A little
JKD.
bit higher. Grab her shoulders and turn them.
Okay.
Like, I mean, like when you do this, when you do this, right? Yeah. But don't move your feet. Yeah. So then, right. Yeah. Right here, around.
High elbow.
Yeah, that was crank.
Keep it hooked though. What you're doing is you're trying to straighten it out, hook it, and hold that and hit with these knuckles. Hook. Okay. Better.
Start relaxed. Start relaxed, then bring it up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go. Feel that? Yeah.
There you go.
That makes a different sound.
Yeah. This is also a whole totally different hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try that JKD, the JKD hook. Kind of the hook you were just throwing. More of a hook. Yeah. Not a bad hook. That's a solid punch.
And show you something real quick. A straight punch made the main difference. We call it a hook, but really all it is it's the same thing as a straight punch. We're just changing the angle a little bit. So, you know, boxer hook, we're coming up here, coming around. If the goal of a hook punch is to turn their head, that's what we're doing. So a straight punch goes straight into the face, like that. The JKD hook, we're doing that same thing. We're just moving a little bit to the side and hit him on the side of the head instead. So straight punch, hook punch. That's the difference. Is that the punch itself doesn't change. It's just that I changed my angle a little bit and went out to the side a little bit more. So just keep this low and still fire the normal kind of punch. Let's just turn yourself a little bit.
Same thing as a straight punch. Throw a straight punch.
Yeah.
Now try to throw a straight punch from the angle he was.
Yeah.
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 There you
That's
go.
it.
That's perfect.
That's it. Yep.
That's actually pretty damn good.
Yeah. It's just throw a straight punch, but hit in the side of the face.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. That's it.
Now try from your left leg.
Oh my
I've got to go off the criteria. We won't do it that many times, but
Do the high
the
elbow.
high elbow, the boxer's hook, yeah.
So start relaxed. Start in your. There you go, and then bring it up from there. Bring it up nice and relaxed. Yeah. Yeah.
Now try JKD.
Bring your stance a little bit. Smooth it down.
I like to add sound.
Yes. So just like before, do the straight punch. Yeah. Remember that ellipse motion. Go through the target and back around. So go through and around. Too big. So like go straight through the target, and then when you come back, just come take a little circle. There you go. Good. Yeah. Now, hit them in the side bending. But with that same kind of punch, don't try to curl it so much. Just like a straight punch, it's just coming this way. Make this hand, make your back come into my hand. There you go. Yeah.
Okay, so we got past that. Back fist time. So, I don't know what's back fist. There's
Just the basic.
flip black fist,
The black fist.
black fist. I get dyslexic after like 6:30 every day. I swear I do.
His tongue is dyslexic.
Yes. So the basic back fist is just guard out, JKD stance, right? The end of your lip, right? You want to put a little more bump into it, twist the hips. And relax.
Relax your hand. Relax your hand. Drop your lead hand a little bit. Your lead hand.
Next time.
If you're popping a tap.
Let your lead hand come down a little bit more.
You've seen The Princess Bride, haven't you?
What?
The Princess Bride?
What?
You've seen people fence? Like sword fighting. Think about how they stand when they have that sword. Here like this. So think of just, you don't have a sword, but that's where your hand is. So and then now what we're doing is we're reaching out with that sword. Snap. Snap.
It's to keep it out of direct vision, out of their eyes. So that
Yes.
it's hard for them to see your hand down there.
Yeah.
I might have to bring the tap. I'll player today. See if
Tell them. Good. Each time, relax your hand.
Let me see. Can I see you trying to do a one with your hips in it? A hard one.
Like that.
Bam.
All the way through. All the way through.
Yeah,
Bring it
stop
all
right
the way
here.
through.
Knock the head off. Keep going.
All the way through. Boom! Uh-oh, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes.
Other hand. So, like that. What we're calling for right now, your back fist is stopping on this side of it. Like that. It's hitting hard, but get this going. Just like the hook punch goes this way, we're gonna go the opposite way. Go through it. And I'm not swinging it out, I'm turning, but through the target rather than stopping right there.
I'm gonna lead your hand through it.
You got 3 instructors.
That's all right.
Yep. This. Turn it.
And, yep.
Knock the hell out of their head.
Uh-huh. That's it.
Now, you bring it down though. Let me show you the difference real quick. Hard to see. It's hard to see this hand. Isn't it?
Let's see.
It's hard to see it. Isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You got it right here. It's easy to see. Bring it down here. It's hard to see. So it's easy to punch. Punching it. Now, he's pretty quick.
And that way you're just punching my face.
As much as I like doing that. He's pretty fast, right? So don't let me hit. Boom! 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 You can't see this. Boom! Relax. If I'm tight, it slows me down.
Down here.
So keep it down, keep it relaxed.
With loose hands. And then just tighten that on the way.
As soon as you get close.
That's what gives it the whip. Good. Good.
Go all the way through.
Now,
Yeah.
take the head off.
Knocking his head off.
Yeah.
A punch like that, you hit him in the temple, they're gonna go right out.
Yeah.
Now, when you're, just a little thing I'm gonna say, when you switch to left hand, you start turning sideways. Like this. This is kind of understanding. Yeah. Spread the feet out a little bit more. Point your hips toward me. There you go.
And remember, you keep your lead hand down, not just your right hand, your lead hand
So,
down. Up, up.
now, turn even a little bit more. And turn your feet as well. There you go. Yeah. And, yeah. The basic thing is, this is the center line, it's what we protect, but it's also what gives us the power with both hands. So if you had a laser pointer glued to your chest that is pointing out, we want the laser pointer to be hitting your opponent. So keep the laser pointer pointed straight ahead, and that will help with everything else. And then keep your hands in the beam of the laser pointer. There you go. Yeah. Now, rotate the shoulders. There we go, that direction here. Twist, like, turn the shoulder. Yeah, so you go across. There you go. There. Uh-huh. Cut the head off. Yeah. There you go. Good.
Okay. Well, now it's time to work on that cross punch again. Cross punch is just with whatever hand is the rear. A straight punch coming from the rear. And it also involves everything you do in JKD involves rotation. Hip rotation, center line theory, like Sifu just explained, you protect it, but it's also going to be your weapon also at the same time. You notice every concept we do is a weapon and a defense mechanism simultaneously. Everything we do, from the way we kick to the way we punch. So the cross punch, right? See the hip turn, shoulder release, rear punch. Or hip turn, shoulder turn, release. Yeah. And this is, and you'll grow to notice, go ahead. You'll grow to notice that these are the reason why we have our certain stretches. That's why we do the ankle rotation. So you can rotate the reason why we do the stretches, the waist stretches. So you can use it all in one mechanism to generate that whip, the tip of that whip. That's what's going to sting.
Relax your hands. If you relax your hands, also relax the rest of it. Just relax. It'll be a whole lot faster.
Yes. Nice.
I know it's instinct to tighten up
Yeah.
because you're going to feel strong, but it robs you of your speed. Without speed, you can't hit anything.
Okay.
Wait, you gotta do the other side.
Other side.
But just, yeah, here's
Used to
an
that.
easy way to remember how to stand. Like when you switch sides, you start off this way and then step forward with the foot rather than twisting. So just step forward with your left foot. Since we're doing left side now, you just start in neutral again, then just take one step forward with the left.
Oh, the left.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evenly distribute your weight.
And lift your rear heel. Lift your right heel.
There you go.
What that does is it gives you some spring forward. A lot of times these gentlemen will forget to tell you to lift that rear heel. Keep it.
Okay, this is,
Yeah.
okay, it's the lead.
Yeah, rear cross.
Okay.
Now feel how much you're pushing with your right leg. Look at that. That's why you want that rear heel up.
What you can do is when you throw this cross punch, bring the other hand up to the opposite side of your head. Yeah, to the other side. Because
Yep.
just in case, so that you throw that hook, certainly throw that cross punch. Say you don't do anything with this, just throw this punch. Got the punch right there. So if you have that, then you don't have to worry about it. So you just kind of switch back and forth. There you go. Yeah.
Relax, relax,
Not
relax.
bad.
That's your head.
Relax.
And don't count down.
Mhm.
You're going 1, 2, 3. Punch. Don't do that. That tells your opponent, I'm going to hit you in the face now.
1, 2, 3. It's like, yeah,
That's what we call a tell. You're telling on yourself.
I thought it was Pilates.
Okay. So we're going to do these both at once. Flick jab and flick jab back. So a flick jab is just, I guess, like, remember, you flick Billy, flick jab, tiger claw. Me, I prefer to do my flick jab like that, across the nose, then like this, you know what I mean? So, like that. It's just to stun your opponent and back fist and knock his ass, butt out.
So
The shorter the move, the shorter the contact, the quicker the move.
try it. But the flick jab comes from boxing, you know, the falling motion that sometimes guys do to set you up. So, like, they'll go that, that, reaching out. That's what we're doing, except we're just doing that on a guy's nose. Going like that, just to get them to close their eyes. And then turn to the back fist. So we strike here, and then come straight across with that big back fist. We don't want to go that, and not hurt them. So reach out, and then come around. That's behind. And then come through on the second.
Drop that hand. Drop that big hand. Down. There's an action for that.
Now try it.
Keep them out there in play too, don't.
Okay.
These first steps are very hard because you're doing something you've never done before. You know, it's very hard. Once you get past all this first couple of months, it really does get a whole lot easier. It's a lot more logical than you think.
A lot of people can get frustrated right around this time. But what I tell them is, I was like, you know what's going on in your brain right now as you're doing this? It's rewiring new pathways. It's crafting them right now. So that the next time you do it, it already has the pathway. So it's like the first time it goes really hard, then the next time you try these, you'll go, why was this so hard last time? Because it's not brand new anymore.
Ironically, I have not come. Shailene. Shailene is the only person that I've seen since I've been here go through these stages and it not really bother her. Everybody else I've seen, including myself, we all, these guys are so good, huh? You know, and it's just, like you said, it's a wiring, growing process. Shailene, probably, she's such an easygoing person, you know, it's unreal, but everybody else I've been yelled at. I'm yelled, you know, it's weird, but once you get used to it, you know, it's on. It's rewarding.
Yes.
Go ahead and take it.
Okay, break time.
Break down. It's rewarding. I swear. But everybody I know who's ever done this and started out, I've seen a few students come through by now. They all get pissed off. Baby, I can't. And it's like, you know, you're used to playing tic-tac-toe this way. Now you're playing toe-tac-tick.
Now you're playing checkers, and then
Right.
you're playing chess,
Right. Oh yeah, I like that.
and then you're playing mahjong, and then you're playing Go. You know?
I thought you were going to move to three-dimensional chess after that.
Once you get past the basic fundamentals, learning the basic movements, then you'll start learning how to put them together, and you'll start learning how to use emptiness. With, I don't know, have Tifu or anybody showed you that chart over there? These are the 3 stages. Partiality, sharpening the tool. That's what you're going through right now. You're learning what the tool is. You're learning what it's for. You'll learn that fluidity also. And then emptiness, dissolving the tool. When you get to that stage, you'll start learning how to do these things impromptu. In other words, you just know how to start. Your body will start having a best mind of its own. And it's awkward because it does.
The easiest way is to, another way to think of it is driving.
Partiality is
You don't know how to drive at all.
I really have to push.
And so when you get in the car, it's you don't know what levers do what. You don't know how it moves. Then fluidity is, I know how to drive, but I have to think about everything. It's when you're getting your learner's permit. It's like, Okay, now go to reverse in the left blinker. The emptiness is where you are now, where you don't think about putting the blinker on. You don't.
Yeah.
I remember a thought that I had when I first learned how to drive was I was stunned at how easily the accelerator went down. I assumed for such a powerful machine that it would take effort to push it down like the brake. But it's like, it's good. It'll go. And I also thought, from cartoons, they kind of have the brake and the accelerator function similarly. So when you see someone floor it in the cartoon, it's like, oh, the big thing, and it's not just a little pedal. Yeah.
Michael still lives his life off cartoons. SpongeBob is his hero. He calls him Sponge Robert. Not anymore.
Never. Yeah. Patrick called him Robert once when his brain was transplanted.
He's had the pineapple
You know what? I coming to this school with techniques for school. I always say, Joe, I say it on purpose to try to get people to get mad. He never gets me mad. You can't do nothing to get him upset.
Oh, yes, you can.
You can.
Oh, yeah.
Not so
Yeah.
Still
Learn to yell at people.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to get out the way of that. I'll try to get out the way.
Say you're ready to test and then not remember it.
He got on my butt when I went for red sash. He made sure I came with it. I think that was my roughest test, red sash. After that, everything was so far. But the point I was getting to is, I'm a pretty solid guy out there, and I have to be. I have a desire to be authentic in everything I do, and I have to have a desire to truly be a true practitioner under a true lineage. And coming to this school, it gave me a sense of dignity because I know that I'm truly fourth generation JKD student under third. See, I didn't even know that.
Joe's first, second, third.
Okay, third.
Bruce
generation.
is not one because he's the original.
The original.
Yeah.
See, they always
Well, he's not. He can't be the first generation because generation means to have been created.
Gotcha. Okay. Third generation. That's even a higher honor. And to know that this is our thing, the things I've learned are true, and you can make your life on it. They will save your blood and also improve things that are natural habits. They just wear on you subconsciously, and I love it. That's why I get stuff with this is my family, this is my home.
A lot of young men have ego to have to overcome. Part of my job is to help them overcome that. And sometimes that takes a fat old guy to knock the snot out of them, to get them to understand that they're not that hot.
That's very true. That's very true. This was a great place to learn.
Now, Andrew got hurt about a month ago with his farm. He kicked it back here, and it wasn't the kick that did it. It was his recovery, his fall. The way he fell, he tore his knee. He's a big guy, Andrew's a big guy, and he put a lot of pressure on a bad knee. The kick, it was good what you did,
From a self-defense
from a self-defense standpoint, because Andrew was, why they don't want you to face sideways. Andrew was attacking sideways. And all it took was a small tap to fold his knee, and he fell on top of it. Sideways. So, essentially it hurt himself. He had surgery, he's now going through recovery. Hopefully he'll be back next month with any luck. If not next month, he'll be over.
Yeah. But he's been here for 6 years.
Yeah, he's been here for
So-
5 or 6 years.
Yeah, so I don't think one injury is a danger of him saying, nah, screw this.
Don't feel bad about it.
I feel bad about that too, because I wasn't intentionally.
No, of course you won't.
I mean, I was trying to kick him, but I wasn't trying to hurt him.
You didn't slam down on the front of this thing.
I
We
wasn't.
didn't do the karate kid chaos snap to hyperextend.
No, I just tapped him, you know,
Yeah.
maybe we'll do a little light tap.
And I've got it all up. It's, you know,
It's
if it
still,
went to court, we'd go, see, he didn't hurt it.
it still was a lot, it's still.
No, here's the difference. If you had done a palm hook strike and broken his jaw, that would have been something else entirely. That's what I'm saying, is that would be the strike itself.
It's the difference.
I'm saying the strike itself did it,
Intentional.
whereas this is an accident.
It was. And then I give him 50% of it. 50% of it
If
is
we
my
had
kick.
been,
You know, I kicked him in the right spot. It didn't take much pressure. The other 50% is the fact that, you know, most big guys are light on their, or
heavy on there.
heavy on their legs. So if you can take one leg out from under them, that's it. That's it. And his problem was he really doesn't have a great balance structure.
Yeah.
You know, like
But
you said,
we're working on it.
nobody like that. It says kick me in the leg.
Andrew's a very strong guy, and for the most part, he can take care of it with strength, right? Because he's a strong, big guy. We need to concentrate on the finesse, how to use his foot. That's a prime example of shooting.
Well, what tends to happen is you can have great footwork in class, but then it's when you get put under pressure, then what happens?
Sparring is pressure testing.
That's when if someone has an issue they need to work on, that's when it'll be on full display, because they will go to whatever is most comfortable, and if that's incorrect technique, then that's what will happen.
The way you spar is how you're gonna be
Right.
fighting in actual
As close
combat.
as we can get to it without actually doing it.
I feel what
Yeah,
you're
as
saying.
close as everybody. Yeah.
You do the good person and win.
But you didn't do anything wrong. So, get your ego out. You didn't do anything wrong. He fell wrong.
If you feel real bad about it, you can go play at the trampoline park. You can go play at the trampoline park and blow out your knee, and then you'll both recover together. You can both recover together. Yeah.
I know deep down inside he's like that man.
No,
he
he
does
doesn't.
not play. He knows what he does.
It's just a very expensive lesson.
Good thing he's got good insurance.
Yeah. There's an expense in time and effort.
I know that in a real combat situation that's a deadly weapon.
Yep.
Being able to go for somebody being like
I'm
that.
going for somebody's eyes, throat, or knees. That's my three main targets.
Can't do nothing. If you get hit in one of them good the right way, you can't do nothing.
I'm fast enough to hit any of them.
I always forget what the third one is. Because if you can't see, you can't fight. If you can't breathe, you can't fight. And what's the
Can't
third one?
walk.
Yeah.
Right.
Can't walk.
Yeah.
You gonna get your butt kicked.
Yeah. So, yeah. The guy who played Gimli said that was the problem. It's because his face was swelling up from the prosthetics, and he couldn't breathe very well. So he's like, it's like you've taken away two of the things, and now I have to fight for the next.
I'll tell you something else I like. Sometimes we get conceptualized. We'll sit down and we'll talk about theories and things like we're doing right now. A lot of times we do it during break, but sometimes people will come out with a lecture for us in a situation or circumstance and how to deal with it, how to,
Usually something that just came out of the news.
yeah, come out appropriated for us, you know, how do you handle it. If you want to go to jail, if you put somebody's eye out.
If it's a self-defense situation,
Before I'm about got to get out of here.
they should get.
I gotta go. I hate to leave you guys half an hour early. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's gonna be great. How you getting in? Trust me, it'll be all right. These guys are pretty good guys.
So, you gonna get a fast footwork today? Okay.
She's ready to learn the con and bone
There you go.
and kick.
But this is the part where we introduce the drug deals.
Did you want some water?
No.
Is that blocks or is it German drug deal? German Lucas.
Gonna be on Saturday or you work?
Yes, sir.
On and on.
Sure do. I haven't missed a Saturday in a long time. That's my favorite day to get up early in the morning, fresh energy, come in and work. I don't miss Saturday.
I have the weirdest
My favorite
schedule
day.
where Saturday is the day that I have to get up early for my schedule. The rest of the time I
Yeah, I don't get out of bed till 10 o'clock most days.
Oh, he's lucky.
I mean, hell, I couldn't sleep that long.
I work for myself, so I wake up whenever I wake up. I hate alarms so much that I finally have achieved the plan of not having to use one.
I still get up at 5 o'clock every day.
Do you really?
But via
Over
alarm,
45 actually.
Via alarm?
15 minutes, 15-minute meditation.
I'm up at 4:45 every morning.
via
Usually
alarm.
I think
or-
the alarm it because I don't want to wake up the alarm.
Right. Yeah, because it'd be one thing if you were in dead sleep and then the alarm goes off and you're like,
I grab the phone and go, okay, still got 2 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a victim of that also. 10 minutes. I like to wake up an hour early on accident, because then I get that whole hour to sleep.
You're not worried about it.
Very
Right.
Christmas to me. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm out of here. I'll see you Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay.
See ya.
All right.
Good luck. Okay.
All right.
All right. What are we doing?
Cool.
Let's see. I think we're on to that. We're not to that yet. We're good. Uppercuts.
Mounting and finisher.
Now. Uppercuts. Go.
Now bend your knees. And when you come up, raise your knees. Use your body. There you go.
Now, remember that you're hitting them in the stomach. So, like, if you did that punch to me, what would happen is you go screw. So that's not gonna hurt. You gotta go into them and shock it, right, like that.
Right. On a body, comes in like that.
Right. So you're not going to go up for the follow through. It's going to be like a shovel. Now, start off relaxed and regular, because we don't want to give away what we're about to do. Then, bam, come into it, go around, and move. So, start relaxed. Then, how you get this good so that it's not, so you're not pulling back, is curve around like this, and then fight. Yes. Now, get your thighs in. Yes. Good. Good. Try the other hand. Without, yeah, switch. Now, relax, get out there. Now, good. Okay.
Now, where this will come in handy is with your size, since you're a little shorter. If somebody grabs you around the neck and pushes you up against the wall,
You can turn it up and tap.
this is where this will come in handy.
Yeah.
Because you're turning, which is releasing the neck a little bit. And at the same time, you're coming up right under that rib, right under that floating rib. Bam!
Yeah.
So you can also do this open handed. So, drop your knees, turn, see how much that releases this?
Okay, now we've got face. So now we do the follow through. So fighting face.
Mike Tyson was a master at these things.
No.
The double uppercut, oh my God.
Yeah.
He was a
What
terrible.
he would do is he would do the low uppercut, high uppercut. So now we are doing high uppercut.
Oh.
So now we're going to go all the way around. Not a hook punch over there. Think boxer, but it's just a turn, little, right in there, but further. There. There you go. Yeah. Try that. This. There. That was better. You try the other one. Yeah. Instead of going like this, make a little circle. Because we're starting out like this. We want to get our shoulder in position. Not too much though. Then follow through and back around this way, like you're telling someone to come here. Yeah.
There you go. How's that feel? It looks good from here.
Yeah.
But the reason you do that is because you want this rather than this, because you can see right here, this is open. Like right there, it's barely open for a moment, and not enough to be dangerous since we're probably doing this right here with our forearm connected to it. That's what we do a lot. Is we'll get in extremely tight to somebody, and we'll be actually sliding across them as we're hitting targets. So it's like if we can be real close to them and in contact, then that's preferable to being out here. Okay. Then we have dizzy. So that's right hand. Dizzy. Pressing fingers. So got his hand right here. Now, but don't give away what you're about to do by going choppy hands on your fighting stance. So just relax hands, and then reach out and hook through the head. Yeah. Kind of on the like that. Instead, go through the target and back around. Yeah. Good. Just going off that way. Yep.
Now try this as fast as you can.
Good. Good. Other side. Yep. There you go. When you attack, make sure those fingers are supporting each other. So run them like that. That way they all increase each other's strength. It's like a bundle of sticks that's hard to break. Good. Good. That's your go-to technique for any self-defense situation. Like, somebody bugs you, poke in the eye. That's it.
Fingers in the eye.
Yep.
That'll make a big man cry.
You should write your own. You know who Shel Silverstein is, right?
Oh yeah.
Write your version. A book
Looking
in
at
his,
the freaker's butt.
no, it's your poems in that style, but about hurting people. Stick your fingers in his eye, that'll make the grown man cry. But then that's the end of the poem. And then a drawing of. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now we got deflections. So, playing states. We're doing the lead hot salad. With, oh, God. Go to warm roll.
Not too much.
Not with your wrist. Like if you were spanking somebody. Relax in between. Pop. Yeah, it's kind of going up. Follow my hand. So like what's happening is I'm throwing it, and your box out's going, and then going off the top like that. Push it this way. There you go. That's a more solid. Now reach out towards me a little bit more. That means like with your stance.
Oh.
Like just relax your stance a little bit. Now you can start blocking it when it's further away from your face. The further out that you reach, the safer that you are with this box out, because you can block it there instead of it being here before you touch it. So if you reach out towards it, it's safer. Good. Now pop. Yep, you just pop it and go right back. Because the goal is make it not hit your face. So as soon as you have moved it far enough to make it not hit your face, then you don't need to move it further. You can let it go and come right back. Out further and further. Stop. Reach out. Okay, now rear hand. So don't switch. So now we're out here regular, and then it's just this hand's good. So that's why we practice this a lot. So you're going to be blocking with that. So box out this way. Yeah. Now, relax. You don't want it clear over here because you see it's having to go across all that way. You want it kind of in the middle. Like your left hand, that and go on this line right. Now when I punch, it just has to go that far. Push hard. Snap. There you go. There you go. Okay. Now we have hands out. Palm left up. Keep that done. So we can do that. Just come out this way. Everything together. We're blocking. So don't let it move. Just stay right here. That's what we want. So relax. And then just stab it right at my face. So again. See how it's going over here? You want it right at the middle. Try coming towards me a little bit as you do it. Like single feet. There you go. It's kind of getting choked up here. Thrust out toward you. See that? Right there. We want it right here. See how much further you can cut me off? Okay. So you want it about this far. You don't want to lock it because that's an invitation for them to attack your elbow, but just below this. So press straight at me, almost all the way out here. Okay. You don't want it like this. So, here. Better. Yeah. What you want to feel, rather than a jamming feeling like this, if you feel that's what you want. So, better. Yes. And you see right here, that's the benefit, is you can just stick it in the eyes. or turn the hand and keep going and hit him with the palm. Okay, stay in the same stance, but now we're going to do it with that hand. So you want it on the middle, so that there. Now try not to push outward, just come straight out. Because of the angle that it being connected to your shoulder creates, it will shoot it this way. So you don't need to push that direction. Just put it out there, it will slide out to the side. See that push? Try to come straight at me. Yep. Mm-hmm. Good. Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, now I got Bong Sao. So, Bong Sao is for when you are connected with somebody. Hands up. We're connected here, we're in the middle of a fight. Now I'm going to try to punch you. And so what you'll do is you will, as you feel me come forward like this, instead of walking out this way, what you're going to do is turn this over and push that way. So you'll feel it, it wants to roll. So start releasing, and now I'll push over. There we go. So that keeps me from coming and hitting you. So, up there. Yep. Sure. Yes. How about a little bit higher, and then push this, the fingers, forward. Yeah. It's like you're gonna stab. Stab. Here. Stab. Yeah. Try the other hand. Now so this here. If I connect like this, I'm going to punch. Roll over. Now this way. Try not to let that shoulder go down. So keep this the same and just up here like that. Okay. There you go. Try not to lock it. Keep the fingers pointing over here. Yes. That way that's nice and firm. There you go. Okay. So that's good for is just you're in tight and you feel that coming towards your face, and then you just turn and get it on the other way. So just so you can feel it on the other side where it's forward. So like we contacted each other like this. Maybe you threw a punch and then throw a punch. And I was surprised and just stopped it like this. And now you're gonna step forward and try to punch him again with that. That's what's going on. And I just slip it to the side. Yeah. And that gives me the ability to come inside. It also works for if say I threw a punch and you do a contact. You do a contact with you. You can also palm it. Yeah. So I can also use it offensively. I'm on your outside right now. Inside. So I just rolled over. Bump tap. So it's just rolling it over. Okay. Now we have Bong Sao. The Bong Sao, we're just pushing it to the side. Down the tap it a little bit more. Good. Now other hand. Good. And that's it. Okay. Now, kicking. Front snap kick. Remember these?
Snap, front snap.
Just combat stance. And you're just lifting foot, snap. That foot. Now snap it under the knee. Hold that up.
Now, try not to do this, try not to do that. Try it.
1, 2, 3.
One move.
Boom. Just lift, pop.
That's a little bit better.
Kick, like, do it slowly, but see how high up my knee is? Right now, you're kicking about down there, which isn't gonna hurt me right now.
It's gonna be right where that target is on that.
There it is.
There you go. Yep, right where the word slammer is.
Oh. Huh? Okay, switch stances. Yep. Now do the same thing. You're kind of pushing outward with it. Go up. Up. It's very simple. All I'm doing, bend your knee a little bit more. Just going up and going pop. Right? And boop, like that. Not that. Just pop. Quick pop. Boop. Now hard and fast. Go. Go. There you go. Okay. Now,
This will dislocate a kneecap pretty
Yeah.
quickly. Kick right under that kneecap and actually pop it off.
right hand stance again. And then take a shuffle a step away from it. Okay? Now, a little bit more. Now, we're going to do shuffle front kick.
So front,
Yeah, so what you're going to do is the shuffle. There's a little bit of confusion on this. A shuffle is actually back foot steps forward and then front foot steps out. So, sort of like, did you play basketball ever?
basketball.
Basketball. Okay. Well, they sometimes do a drill where they go back and forth like this. That's what a shuffle is. It's just this way. So now if you're doing a kick, you're just going to go step up and kick and then put it back. There you go. It's for, because like right now, if you try to do, don't do the shuffle, just try to do the front snap.
You couldn't reach
You
it.
can't reach it. Now step up. Now you can. That's the point. It's just you're a little too far away, so you just shuffle up and whoop. And now snap it out quick. Oh, there you go. Good. And now lead hand down. There you go. Good. See how more relaxed that is? Good. 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 Other side. Turn, like spread the stance out.
The,
Yep, spread the stance out a little bit for me. There you go. And yeah, just step forward. There you go, bend the knees. There you go. Now good. Good. Now snap it up and out. There you go. Something for you to work on that I want to address quickly. You have, when you step back, you have a tendency to lock your back leg. Like, right, see that? Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, you're doing the kick, and then as you do this, you're going lock. Like this. Try not to do that. Try to just step back with bent knees. Try that a couple more times and focus on not locking that knee. There you go. Yeah. Good.
All right, that's good.
There's a lot of back and forth energy that goes on in a sparring match, in a real fight, even if they know any kicks. So it could be like you shuffle forward and try to do a kick, and I so kick, boom, and I move back, and then as you're stepping back, I will come in, and if you lock that knee while I do that kick, boom,
Oh,
got a problem. But if your knees are bent, then you'll just flex, and it'll be okay.
We'll give them paperwork there, Monkey.
Yes. Okay, who touched what?
I don't know, Sherrod was over here, and I think he hit both the balls.
Okay.
can do those.
Okay.
I'll do those. Okay.
Is it?
Pads.
Yeah, big pads.
Okay. Ready?
Dick, and Saturday we'll show you actually how to do the valve.
Yeah.
Ready? Yep.
Jeet Kune Do is a non-classical, non-traditional Chinese American martial art developed by Bruce Lee and James Jim Lee for actual combat in the streets, and described by Bruce Lee as scientific street fighting. Derived from Wing Chun Kung Fu, Western boxing and fencing, using the principles of realism, simplicity, and individuality, avoided sport competition or aesthetics, using no way as a way, having no limitation as limitation.
And that was Thursday, September 9th, 2021.
I've noticed
Thank you very much.
Sherrod doing, when he's starting, I